Hi, this is Sherry Veronica, and with me today is Victor Calendar. He saw the post on Arthur Lee talking about reform. He saw my response. Here goes. Victor, welcome into my studio.
Hey, Sherry, good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Yes, I saw your response to Joseph Atherley, who is, relatively speaking, a dinosaur. These kinds of people, they want to keep the system tethered, conjoined to a system of a bygone age, to a plantation system. Purely educational elitism, as has been espoused by people like Joseph Atherley. The system needs to be gotten rid of, relatively speaking, as far as the educational system goes in Barbados. And I 100% agree with you that once a kid recognizes where he or she, where they want to go, from a standpoint of what they want to do lifelong. Of course, there are always going to be changes. They should be permitted to do it, not permitted into this foolishness that they're doing in Barbados and that they have been doing for decades.
And the
We
thing,
need to change
and
it.
what
Go ahead,
they've
Sherry. Go
what
ahead.
yeah what they've done, I'm so sorry, but what they've done is they've created in people's head elitism, or they have that thing, a way of thinking that they are better than other people. Because I've talked to people who were educated at Comamair, and they would say to me, I can't think any different. I just think that I'm better than people that went to these other schools. It's just the way I feel. It's just the way, and it's in them. It's the way they are. It's the way they're gonna die. No one in this road that I travel here on the earth can make me ever feel as though I'm better than someone else. No one has that power. But in Barbados, I don't know if it was because of the imprinting of slavery and what the masters did to the slaves on the island. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, they do not have any qualms about thinking that they are better than the brother that sleep in the next bed next to them in the same house. Because sometimes even within the same household, one person can go to one school and the other person go to the other school, and you can find that pulling away the friction, and they live in the same household. It is something that is detrimental in the long run. It cannot work. It will not work. It's going to lead to the destruction, actually, of Barbados.
Yeah, I agree with you. The educational elitism exists in the same house, brothers and sisters. Some who have gone to Comamair or Harrison College get a little slice more of the bread or whatever, and the whole play up. They don't want to talk about these things occurring in Barbados. But relative to Atherley and people who think like him, that is Jurassic. That goes way back. Educational Jurassicism. It is foolishness to believe that in the 21st century, we are still perpetuating the mentality, the mindsets that this kind of educational elitism should exist. We need to tear all of that down.
It's a horrible
and
thing.
Start over again.
It's a horrible thing, and I'm actually surprised it has carried on for so long. It's a horrible situation, and they love it. And when you see people loving a certain way of life given to them by an imperial master, it only shows that there's a subculture in Barbados. You have to. Hey, I'm not one for romance. I see it, and I call it as I see it. There's a subculture in Barbados. There are people in Barbados that if slavery were to come back around the corner, they would rat their brothers out. They would tell the masters where to find the weak ones, where to find the poor ones, where to go. I'm telling you, the same way that they can embrace the school system the way it is, it shows that they're still trapped. They're still trapped in slavery.
When you apologize to the oppressor and you are oppressed, you're truly a slave.
Yes.
Let me repeat that. When you apologize to the oppressor and you are oppressed, you are truly a slave.
Exactly.
And that's the whole system. I don't want to stay on here too long because
Okay.
I know, we've got things to do up here in the north and about life. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm tired of these guys coming in on the air or on newspaper. I mean, they do have their opinions, and I'm not trying to suggest that Adderley or anyone else shouldn't have their opinion like I have mine. But his way of thinking is really out of touch, and we need to get rid of that and go to a system that, you know, that has more modernity, that's relatively speaking better for everybody.
I agree.
Post-slavery, why are we still having these discussions way into the 21st century? Why is the government of Barbados, led by Mia Motley, Cynthia Bradshaw, and the rest of these people, still acting as if they're at the entrance to a plantation system in Barbados? Let's get rid of the plantation system completely.
Forever.
Let's move away from this
forever.
Completely.
Forever. Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
So mote it be. So mote it be. Sherry Veronica, Naked Departure Radio.